Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, it is my great honor to welcome you to this Conference of Schools of Resilience.
It's lovely to meet you here, Madam Minister. Thank you once again for joining us today, and welcome to all our partners and dear friends in this project. I'll just tell you in one sentence why, in my opinion, it's so important and why I think that Schools of Resilience are basically a brilliant project. We've mentioned in the opening panels and in the keynote speech of General Bieniek, and basically anyone, and most of those people are way wiser and smarter than myself, most of them says that education is the key to anything, is the key to tackle disinformation, is the key to maintain proper support for the crucial causes and many other important elements. And it's really complicated to provide high quality education and educate in segments that are complex, that does not serve simple answers to complicated topics. And I think that building coalitions and including all the partners who have power, who have contacts, who have resources in pushing this agenda forward, I think it's a brilliant idea, and I would like to congratulate simply everyone who is involved. And as you see the logos, there are quite a lot of people involved. So once again, thank you everyone. Thank you to the people who designed this idea. I think it's really brilliant, and thank you to everyone who made it possible, and also particular thanks to our many friends from Denmark who are also a very strong spiritus movens behind that. Thank you guys. And thank you everyone for being with us today in Łódź on this very important day to us. And once again, happy birthday, Madam Minister.
It's definitely me, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here today with you in Łódź. Firstly, I want to make a quick opinion poll. Which language do you choose that I should speak in? English? Hands up. Polish? Hands up. Almost equal. Okay, then we will, because I'm for full equality, since Adam was speaking in English, then I will switch to Polish. Dobrze? Bardzo dziękuję za zaproszenie. Bardzo się cieszę, że akurat w tym wyjątkowym dniu, bardzo dziękuję Panie Prezydencie za życzenia, spędzam go w Łodzi. I też przede wszystkim bardzo dziękuję naszym przyjaciołom z Danii za zaproszenie. Jak wiecie Państwo, mam przyjemność współkierować polską prezydencją w Radzie Unii Europejskiej. A prawda jest taka, że za 1,5 miesiąca to Wy, drodzy Państwo, moi przyjaciele z Danii, to Wy przejmujecie prezydencję. Zobaczycie jak to jest, jakie to są wyzwania. Ale bardzo się cieszę, że bardzo blisko współpracujemy i to też ogromny zaszczyt, że polska prezydencja mogła objąć swoim patronatem dzisiejsze wydarzenie. I kwestia edukacji, i kwestia ochrony klimatu to są dwie bardzo bliskie sercu polskiej prezydencji, dwa bardzo bliskie polskiej prezydencji i sercu tematy. Przede wszystkim chcę powiedzieć 2 słowa o edukacji, bo kiedy myślałam o tym, co chciałabym dzisiaj Państwu przekazać, myślę, że jesteśmy w wyjątkowym momencie, kiedy ta różnica pokoleń jest naprawdę duża. To znaczy dzisiaj młodzi ludzie żyją w zupełnie innym świecie niż my. Ta różnica przede wszystkim dotycząca świata cyfrowego jest absolutnie przepaścią i o tym rozmawialiśmy też podczas polskiej prezydencji, chociażby rozmawiając jako pierwszy kraj podnieśliśmy temat wpływu mediów społecznościowych na zdrowie psychiczne dzieci i młodzieży. I muszę Wam powiedzieć, że kiedyś podczas spotkania ministrów do spraw zdrowia w Warszawie, podczas jednej z rad nieformalnych, kiedy 3 wspaniałe nastolatki z liceum w Gdyni opowiadały o ich percepcji zagrożeń, jakie płyną ze strony mediów społecznościowych, to i nie byłam odosobniona w swoim odczuciu, absolutnie zorientowałam się, że prawie nic nie wiem o tym. I to, co nam się wydaje, że...
Thank you very much and good morning. I won't offer to speak in Polish. I'm sorry for my voice though. Dear guest, Minister, First Vice Mayor, all esteemed guests, Mr. Consul and Professor, it's an honor to be here. This is a very important issue. We are talking about our future generations' well-being and their way of looking into a new world. And one way of doing that is basically to work with the way they're educated and how they perceive the world. And this is what this conference is about today. Today we talk about resilience in schools. It has a many aspects. There's an environmental aspect. There's an aspect that's talking about not being a critical thinking student, being a critical thinking person, how you educate our young people to grow up to dissect the information they get in the correct ways. And finally, there is also the whole aspect about how we promote a free Europe through a real democracy. And this is the reason why the Danish Embassy is engaging into this great collaboration with our Polish partners in working on resilient school projects like this. And therefore we hope that through today we will get a shared understanding on the direction it takes in both a political manner and how we should influence the rest of Europe in doing common actions during our presidencies, as also mentioned by Madam Minister. We have been working with the Polish presidency on promoting this towards a future democracy and resilient youth and also children. It starts from even earlier than the mid-schools, but also younger children. And we also intending to continue this good collaboration during the Danish presidency, continue for the rest of the year. And we're already talking to Cyprus about doing the same. So I hope by this event we will give a little short push to this. And that also underlined the need to look into the health aspects, which is also a great deal, and how we reshape and build and transform and decarbonize our buildings. So that is for us also very important. So there are many different agendas into this this narrative we talk about today, and I hope you will all spend the day in getting new connections, new networks, and being inspired by our partners and ourselves in this narrative elaboration. And I hope for the sake of our children that we will take this very seriously. It's not just a political agenda about making buildings greener, it's an agenda about making the world better, basically. And with these few words, I will wish you a great conference, and I hope you will enjoy the rest of the 2 days. Thank you very much.
Otworzyć tą konferencję. Chciałbym w kilku chwilach, parę minut powiedzieć o swoich paroletnich przemyśleniach od czasu szczytu klimatycznego w Paryżu na temat po co i dlaczego się tutaj spotykamy. Proszę Państwa, z całym szacunkiem dla wielkich osiągnięć dla kultury Królestwa Danii, to nie klocki Lego, to nie atrakcje Tivoli, to nie PlayStation są najważniejsze w życiu i niezbędne do życia, bo musimy sobie uświadomić, że tak naprawdę do życia są potrzebne tylko 3 elementy. To jest woda, jedzenie i powietrze. Od nich oczekujemy. To tak jakbyśmy pracownikowi do kopalni nie dali środków zabezpieczających, bo my w tym momencie każemy im się uczyć, a równocześnie środowisko, w którym oni przebywają, nie służy tym celom, ponieważ nie mają tych zdolności intelektualnych. To, co Państwo musicie wiedzieć, to te 2 czynniki. To jest w przypadku infekcji u dzieci. Im wyższe stężenie, tym więcej infekcji. Ale zwróćcie Państwo uwagę na drugi, dla Państwa bardzo ważny czynnik, dla samorządowców. Im większa odległość od drogi, tym mniej tych infekcji. Czyli musicie dążyć do tego, żeby było mniejsze stężenie i dalej od drogi. To jest absolutnie przesłanie do dzisiejszej debaty. Proszę Państwa, nie możemy być dumni jako Polacy. Te mapy, te wykresy pokazują wręcz coś odwrotnego. Powinniśmy się wstydzić. Jak Państwo zobaczą czarne, szare punkty, to dominują one w miastach polskich. I to nawet tu w centrum Polski, niedaleko nas, gdzie w tej chwili przebywamy. To są najbrudniejsze miasta obecnie Europy. Porównajcie Państwo, czerwona linia to są dawne normy unijne. Polska je niedawno obniżyła i weszliśmy do tych norm. Unia zmieniła właśnie normy i zobaczcie Państwo, niebieska linia. Dania spełnia te normy unijne dzisiejsze. Zobaczcie, jaka czeka nas wielka droga, proszę Państwa, żeby dojść do nowej normy unijnej. Co to, proszę Państwa, oznacza? Że w tej chwili średnia unijna w Polsce jest niezgodna z prawem unijnym. Każdy obywatel może zaskarżyć, że żyje w kraju niespełniającym norm unijnych, bo takie są wykresy w chwili obecnej. Ja nie mówię o danych WHO-owskich, bo te dane WHO-owskie, jak Państwo zobaczą, tam 4 kraje skandynawskie spełniają i nikt więcej. Do tych WHO-owskich nam daleko. I w tle mamy, proszę Państwa, rozwiązania prawne. To mówienie o ochronie dziecka od poczęcia, a równocześnie od poczęcia szkodzenie jemu, zdrowiu, narażaniu go na gorsze wyniki w szkole, to się nie bardzo składa z tworzeniem specjalnego rzecznika praw dziecka, czyli mamy tu pewien dysonans między tworzeniem zabezpieczeń, które są, a państwem, które nie wywiązuje się z czegoś, co jak widzimy ma istotne znaczenie. I kończąc, proszę Państwa, my nie powinniśmy myśleć tylko o zdrowym domu, o zdrowym osiedlu, ale też o zdrowej szkole. I to, myślę, będzie przedmiotem dzisiejszej sesji. Dziękuję bardzo.
These introductory words both gave us the inspiration and the motivation to look at this topic that we're looking at today, but also the somber reminder why we need to look at this, to look at schools as a nexus of urban development. And so I'm from Luxhub. We're an urban development community in Copenhagen, and we actually put together a lot of different organizations to tackle difficult problems, difficult issues in our cities, in our societies. And this is also why I feel very much at home here. I think we have a lot of different people represented.
My name is Anne Gill Iverson, and I'm a project manager at Dania, working with sustainable buildings and indoor climate. And today I have the pleasure of standing here in front of you with this piece of paper in my hand. And normally I would do this in Danish. So usually I don't stand with this paper, and it also means that you can always come up and talk to me afterwards. I am open for a dialogue, and I can actually talk without a piece of paper in my hand. So, first of all, when Dania was established as a philanthropic association 25 years ago, the board and management set a clear direction for its philanthropic work. Dania's mission was, and still is, to create quality of life for everyone through the built environment. In the early years of Dania's existence, the focus was largely on developing philanthropy, creating tools and methods, and defining the playing field. That is, determining what is encompassed by the concept of the built environment. Examples could be working with one aspect of resilience, which is climate adaptation in cities with added value for its cities' inhabitants. Or it could be developing meeting places in the local communities. Here's an example from Nørrebro in Copenhagen, and another one here from a small town in the southern part of Jutland in Røger. Through the examples like these, we assumed that we already knew what quality of life was. It was the good life in wonderful surroundings, with beautiful architecture, charming cities, and well-preserved building heritage. However, over the years, curious and reflective minds, both within and outside Dania, began to scrutinize and challenge the concept of quality of life. Is it really that simple? And with a desire to understand the connection between quality of life and our physical surroundings, Dania and the Knowledge Center Bolius have since 2018 published the annual survey that we call the Danes in the Built Environment. And this publication serves as an annual barometer of Danes' quality of life, examining how they experience life in the built environment. And an example here is, an example from this barometer is that the indoor climate is in top 5 when looking at what worries you the most as a homeowner. And a rather thoughtful finding here is that the indoor climate comes right after energy prices, taxes, interest rate increases, and poor finances. Things that typically are out of your hand as a homeowner. The survey has provided valuable insights into quality of life from multiple perspectives. Yet, despite a fairly large number of respondents, it has its natural limitations. And that is why the idea for a much larger study have always been present. What if we conducted a significant larger survey asking thousands of people a broad range of questions about their lives? What new insights into quality of life might we gain? And to mark Dania's 25th anniversary, which is this year, we decided to act on this idea and carried out a study involving more than 122,000 Danes. And what did we find? The study sheds light on the factors affecting our happiness. Social connections are the single most important factor for our happiness. Even the neighborly nod or a quick chat with the grocery clerk has an impact. But also local communities, physical surroundings, our home and access to nature are some of the important factors that impact quality of life and resilience. Not only relevant in a Danish context, it also offers takeaways relevant for other nations aiming to boost their happiness. And these factors, social connection, local communities, physical surroundings, and access to nature are also relevant for schools, and children being here 60% of the time. And looking at the indoor climate as a factor, a poor indoor climate can impact quality of life. Around 40% of the Danes experience indoor climate problems such as noise, poor air quality, moisture, and mold. And this combined with the fact that we spend 90% of our times indoors, it is no surprise that our physical surroundings influence us significantly. But the problem here is that we still know relatively little about the connection between the built environment and our quality of life. Not only should a building provide an indoor environment which enables physical well-being, it should also promote mental well-being. And this also goes for schools. The foundation for a healthy adult life starts as a child. Here the school plays a very important role in shaping the next generations. A school is a physical frame, it's a place. But more importantly, it facilitates activities, it facilitates learning, it's a place to build relations and social skills, and it has potential to be a driver for local community. And the indoor climate is one aspect of a resilient school, the fundament, some would say. And to give you an example of this fundament, I'll tell you an experience we had when interviewing teachers from one of the schools that was retrofitted through our campaign, Indoor Climate in Schools. Before retrofitting, the teachers always started class during wintertime, rearranging the tables so they were not located nearby the windows, because here the pupils experienced draft and being too cold. When asked the question about what is the best about the retrofitted school, then the teachers promptly answers that is that now they can focus on their primary job, which is teaching and encourage social engagement. Now they don't have to think about if the classroom is suited for teaching purpose. The physical fundament is okay. So, since 2017, we have had a special focus on the indoor climate in schools. Back in 2017, the Technical University of Denmark and Alexandra Institute made baseline studies for us where they investigated the indoor climate in Danish schools. And the finding from these studies shows that in more than 50% of the classes there are problems with the indoor environment. And here it is the air quality you can see over there, where it says 47% of the classes has a poor indoor air quality. And again in 2021, school children all over Denmark collected data of the indoor environment. And again, half of the classrooms did not have good air quality. We see no improvement, which mainly is due to a very old existing building stock that needs to be upgraded. 90% of the existing school buildings are built before the requirements to the ventilation rate in the Danish building regulations. They were built before 1995. And since the municipalities are the owners of the school buildings, we opened two calls. One in 2019 and one in 2022, where municipalities could get financial support to develop strategies for how to improve the indoor climate in schools. In In total, we have supported 22 Danish municipalities in this work. And what we can see from this work is that the strategies vary, but they have one thing in common, and that is that they all work with the indoor climate from a holistic approach. Looking at the indoor climate topic sounds like light, sound, air, temperature, and the space and learning environment they are engaging with, as well as energy performance. And we can see that the municipalities succeeding improving the indoor climate are the ones that map the existing indoor environment in each class for each school from bad to good, from yellow, red, green, and based on this mapping got an overview of which actions to be made to improve the indoor climate, e.g. changing windows, improve the soundproofing and mechanical ventilations, to name a few. And here you see Thomas from the municipality of Silkeborg. They have made a mapping of all their classrooms, all their schools in green, yellow, and red. And with this overview, they started the process of improving the indoor climate. And what we can see, based on the municipalities doing this, that these municipalities, they managed to get earmarked budget for improving the indoor environment. So here is a piece of advice. When renovating the schools, improving the indoor climate, get a mapping of the indoor climate, get an overview. Where are the problems? Prioritize. Improve the environment step by step. And this is not a quick fix. And if possible, look at multiple solutions where you can improve the indoor climate, the energy performance, and the learning environment in combination. And the result will be rooms where it's pleasant to be in, and as Karina Corneliusen puts it, after they have retrofitted the Söder School in Silkeborg municipality, we no longer think about the indoor climate. It used to be a big concern. Now it hardly occupies any space in our minds because it just works. It provides peace of mind, provides peace to give our students the best teaching in rooms where it's pleasant to be. So, in order to build resilience, one place to begin is to start with rooms that enhance quality of life and where it's pleasant to be. These are some of the learnings from our portfolio, and now I'm really curious to hear your experience building resilience.